Hey Benny Bassett fans, my name's Amanda Kay. I'm here to talk to you about the song Live Where You Love the Sky, appearing on Ben's new EP, Words for Yesterday. And Live Where You Love the Sky is the song we co-wrote together.
Press the pedal down, past the signs that say turn around.
The song has had a really kind of unique journey. I know that it began as a jam session in our living room. That's where the music came from. I had a little riff that I had been kind of playing around with, and Ben said he liked it, and so I said you can have it, and he transformed it into a work of art, of course, as he does.
Keep your feet on the ground and your eyes on the stars.
The lyrics sort of developed over time, but the larger piece, the title and sort of the resounding spirit of the song came from actually a hashtag. The hashtag Live Where You Love the Sky I attribute to my friend Naomi, who would take these beautiful photos of sunrises and sunsets in southern New Mexico where she lived at the time. Recently I enjoyed this article written by a journalist who was interviewing a filmmaker who had filmed a series up in northern New Mexico, and the filmmaker said, for New Mexicans, the sky is like their ocean, and if you or someone you know lives by the ocean, they can't be away from it for very long. You miss it, you're so attached to it. And as someone who grew up here in New Mexico and in the mountains outside of Albuquerque, I know I definitely feel that way. But for me, when I come home and the sun is setting and the Sandia mountain range is lit up to this hot pink color, it never gets old for me. It's just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. And for Naomi, this hashtag that she was using on all these beautiful photographs, it wasn't born out of this place or desire to become a landscape photographer. It was really a coping mechanism. It was heart medicine. She just recently moved to a new city to kind of restart life after a breakup and had a terrible accident and had to move back home to New Mexico and live in the care of her parents for a while. I know in situations like that in my own life, you just feel so out of control. And the sort of consolation prize really, or the thing that we all kind of come to realize in those moments is that the only real control we have is over our perspective, over our attitude. And for me, that's what Live Where You Love the Sky is about. I draw a lot of my inspiration from historical figures, which is why you'll hear Teddy Roosevelt referenced in the song. It's a quote that's attributed to him when he says, "Keep your feet on the ground and your eyes on the stars." And that speaks to me about maintaining that perspective, is even in like the darkest moments of our lives, that we can witness these things that are so much bigger than ourselves, like the kind of machinations of the universe, and maybe take a slice of hope that if these sort of larger things can continue to go on, then maybe we can too.
Love the view where you are.
Ben utilized the magnificent talents of his friends Kit and Chip in Gainesville, Virginia, and I of course didn't have the flexibility to travel out there and record with them, so those backup vocals that you hear are me, and they were recorded in one of our spare closets actually, and so whenever I hear that song, of course it fills me with a lot of joy, but mostly when I close my eyes I can see the racks of clothing before me.
Live where you love the sky.
But for me, and it's a very small line, but it's a part that Ben wrote, and every time I hear it, it kind of, I see my life kind of flash before my eyes, and not in like a final way, but the line is, "Look where you stood and where you stand." And I think so many of us in that like deepest valley, we just feel like we're never gonna get through it. And to finally like emerge from that dark place and realize that like in one way or another we found the strength, or we got through it, or life went on, and feel that gratefulness in our hearts, like, you know, that we were able to kind of walk through a door that we used to pray would open for us. And so that is probably my favorite line in the song, even though it may just be a blip on someone else's radar. It's very meaningful to me.
Purple, orange, and red, the past painted in your head.
Thank you so much for checking out this song. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed writing it with Ben, and don't forget to listen to the rest of the album and follow us on YouTube for more musical shenanigans and insight into the songwriting process. Thank you, guys.